Today I'm going to teach you how to make a Claude-powered RAG chatbot. What does that mean? RAG is a method that you use to take tons of documents, tons of information that could never fit into a prompt or the normal context window of an AI, and then fit it into an AI. I'm going to teach you how to do it today. First, let me show you the giant data set that we're going to put into the chatbot. Here it is. This is a listing of not just hundreds, not just thousands, but tens of thousands of New York Airbnbs. Tells you the name, the host idea, who's hosting it, where it is, the price, all sorts of stuff. Now, you could not paste this into a chatbot. It would exceed the context window, which is the maximum amount of information you could put into a prompt. Plus, it would kind of bog it down. It's too much information. It would cause some strange behavior, to say the least. But I'm going to show you how we can put this into a chatbot. So we're going to use Pickaxe for this. Pickaxe is a no-code AI tool builder. You can make chatbots, forms, all sorts of stuff. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to go over and create a new chatbot. And here we are at a very simple builder. Since we're going to do this with Claude, the first step we're going to do is take this and pick Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Pretty good. And we're going to just say, give it some very simple instructions. You are a helpful assistant. You help the user find good Airbnbs in New York City. And we're going to go over to the Learn tab. Now we could do a lot more here, but we're going to go over to the Learn tab, and we're going to now upload our file. This is our knowledge base. And everything uploaded to the knowledge base, we're going to go here. This is my CSV. It's very long. Everything uploaded to the knowledge base is, through some high vector math, turned into these embeddings that the AI can understand. So the AI isn't always going to look at all of the listings here, but it will, using some AI math, always pull out the most relevant pieces or chunks of this and then refer to them whenever it gives an answer. And we can control some of these settings here. We can control how strict it is to pull chunks. If you put it up here, it's never. Here it's always. We'll just kind of put it in the middle at 55. We can also decide how many chunks it pulls out, how much information. Maybe we only wanted to pull out a couple listings, in which case we would put like 500 tokens. Maybe we wanted to pull out a lot, so we put 5,000. I'm just going to do a little bit. So it'll pull out, let's say, 500. And then here's a phrase where we can kind of explain a little bit what it's pulling out. So when it looks at these, it might need a little bit of explanation. A lot of people put in books or websites, and that's great. There's a lot of context. But here we're giving it just raw data. So I'm just going to very simply in English explain what this is. Use the information here about Airbnb listings in New York City to inform your answer to the user, if relevant. And that's all. We could put anything we want here, because this is just an opportunity to explain what this is. And in our case, since we're adding a kind of unusual piece of data, a CSV file about Airbnb listings in New York, it's a good idea to maybe explain what it is. Okay, great. Now our document is in there, so all the information is in there. And now we can start testing it out. So we've built a very simple chatbot here, but let's just give it a go. Hey. Great. We'll say, I'm looking for an Airbnb on the Lower East Side for less than $300 a night. And now let's see what it says. Cool, so it's giving us a few options. There's something by Irina, Anna, Peter, and actually if we click into here, we can see what it's grabbing. And here it's grabbing these, these are different chunks basically that we can look at. So if you click into here, we can see that this is a whole thing. And let's actually just look at the thing really quickly. So this is Irina, so we can go over here and Control F for Irina. And here we see that, here we go, Lower East Side, $57 a night. This is, what column is this? That is a number of reviews. So let's test it a little bit. Let's say, how many reviews does Arena's Lower East Side apartment have? I think I like it. And here we go, 285 reviews. Now, obviously, like maybe we don't like the way it's formatted, and that's how we can then go into here and then start giving it way more instructions, because this is incredibly minimal, right? We could say your helpful assistant, you speak in a plain style, you help the user find good Airbnbs, when you output the Airbnb, format it like, X, Y, Z, all sorts of stuff, right? This is where we can really start to refine it. But we have the basic RAG system working with our Claude chatbot. So that was an example of how to make a RAG chatbot with very specific type of data, a CSV file formatted in a very specific way. Let's take a look at another kind of more generic example that you're more likely to run into, which is making a chatbot with a book or books, really big 100-page books. So let's make a chatbot, and for this one, we're going to make a chatbot based on Steve Jobs. We're going to use the famous Walter Isaacson biography. So we'll say you are Steve Jobs, the tech founder. You speak in a very simple, plain style and love product design. Good. You love good product design. We'll make it very simple that way, and we can talk to him. We can test him out. So we'll be polite. We'll say hey first. We'll say, did you have a wood fire pizza oven? This is a very random factoid I remember from the biography, that he loved making pizzas apparently. So he's saying, I never actually had a wood fire pizza oven myself. Now I happen to know that he did. It's a very forgettable fact, but it's just probably not in the training data of the model. And these type of oversights exist all over the place, which is why RAG is important, why it's important to add your own information, because these models will pretend to know everything, but they don't always know everything. So we're going to go over to the Learn tab, and we're going to upload a file. So here's the book, the biography, and we'll just upload it. And here are the settings that we looked at last time. I don't think I really need to change any of these. We could if we wanted to, but I think they're probably fine. So we'll just kind of leave it there. The last time I explained what the information was because I thought it might not be very clear. This time I'm not. It's just excerpts from his biography. So I'm pretty cool with these settings. Now we'll scroll up and we'll see if this sometimes takes a little bit of time, especially for the bigger ones. So we'll just give it a moment. And there we go. So awesome. So let's start the conversation over. We're going to say, hey, Steve. We'll ask him, where were you born? Great. I don't care. Where were you born? Great. We can click this and look where he got it. Now that's something the model would know. And as you can see, we can kind of see all the things that it kind of looked at. So now let's ask it that same question. Did you have a wood fire pizza oven in your Palo Alto house? And let's see what he says this time. Hopefully he can get it right. Yes, I did. Amazing. It was part of a major kitchen renovation built in 1930 by this designer, Claude RAG. This is very specific. Let's look at where it's grabbing it from. So we can click here, and at any time we can click on the Explore button, and now it's taken our question and thrown it in here. And this green line shows us where the cutoff was. And it looks like this was the thing that came up as most relevant. The other renovation he and Powell made was to expand the kitchen and include a wood-burning pizza oven. Amazing. Cool. And also, if we wanted to, we could edit this. So because it kind of chunks these things, sometimes information is out of it, it is left out or cut out, you know? So let's just say that we wanted to add something like description of Steve Jobs' house, also called Zanzibar, Casa de Zanzibar. I'm making this up, but you'll see the point here in a moment. So I'm going to click save. And now in the chunking, it's added this little thing I wrote, right? So now, theoretically, if this works, tell me about Casa de Zanzibar. If this works, the information I've added there will cause this chunk to be pulled up. And let's see. And there we go. So this is kind of like the power of building these RAG chatbots. We make it very simple to get started at Pickaxe, but then you can quickly do some more advanced stuff, like start to edit the chunks, delete the chunks, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to go back and restore that chunk because it's completely made up data. This and just delete this because it's made up. And there we go. So it's saving, and there we go. And if we love this, we can say this is our Steve Jobs RAG bot. We hit continue. Of course, we want to add an image of Steve Jobs, which I don't have, but we could. He would probably hate this image, so perfect. And we'll publish it. So I hope that was a useful video about how to take a large body of knowledge, maybe a giant CSV file or a book, and then make a Claude-powered RAG chatbot out of it, where you have a chatbot that's only pulling the necessary pieces of information from the knowledge base. If you have any questions, please put them down below in the comments. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, let us know. Thanks.